Hello and welcome back to episode 31 of the Championship Manager Lockdown Challenge here with Championship Manager 9798. And we've got World Cup fever today, so if you're new around the channel, please do drop a like down below, drop a sub, all that good stuff. Just moving on, because this is going to be potentially, could be a long one, could be a short one. Even if it's at its shortest, it's probably quite a long video. So last time out, if you haven't watched that episode, I do urge you to go back and watch it. We did actually secure the title with Salamanca on the last day of the season. Dramatic fashion. We lost to Barcelona. Well, we got thumped by Barcelona realistically, but then we did a thumping of our own to Real Madrid on the last day in the title decider essentially, and won the league title. So yeah, we've already had some bids on some of our players which I've turned down. John Conway from Liverpool. I think someone came in for, there was another one, I can't remember who exactly. A few players asked to be on the list, that sort of stuff. Lots of job offers from various different clubs, but we're not interested in any of that today. Today we've got World Cup fever, and the aim is to try and play this World Cup all the way through, start to finish, all the games, not just ours. Obviously not show them all, but sort of reference them and see what's going on as we go. As you kind of would in a World Cup, you know, if you're there in, I think it's in Japan, this one. It's Japan, South Korea, but I think it only takes it as Japan. You know, you'd be keeping an eye on what's going on in the rest of the tournament, so we're going to do that as well. Slight glitch. I did press, the World Cup started on the 12th of June. I pressed continue on the 10th, and it took me right past the first group of fixtures, so we'll have to go back and look at those now shortly. We've had two friendlies, pre-World Cup warm-ups, not the best. A 2-0 win against Malta and a 2-1 win against Qatar. Their goal was an own goal, but it took a 85th, 89th minute, something like that, winner from Neil Lennon to grab the win. So we've not had the best preparation for this World Cup at all. But we're not going to bother looking at that, you know, that they are what they are, those results. So if we go back, so we can see on the opening day, Chile beat Nigeria 4-0. Salas getting a goal, Rodrigo Ruiz getting a goal, Neira and Clarence Acuna, I think, played for Newcastle down the line. Might be him, he's got some good stats, but yeah, Nigeria not at the races in that one. And Portugal, who absolutely romped their qualifying group, are held to 2-2 draw by South Korea. And I'm just going to pause because I want to double check my sound's working, because I didn't double check that when I started recording. Okay, here we go. Yeah, still here. So yeah, the sound was working, fortunately. Yeah, 2-2 draw, Portugal, South Korea. They did have their goalkeeper sent off after 15 minutes, so did that have a bearing? Porfirio getting the goals, obviously at Real Madrid, had a good season there. Not as good as it could have been, because a certain team called Salamanca came and spoiled the apple cart, didn't they? Pedro for Marseille there. Yeah, Vitor Boya. And it was a penalty. Cha, okay, getting the goal. And Husseini. I don't know if South Korea's got any legit players. That they got Peng. I mean, he doesn't look very Peng. He's fast, but he doesn't look very Peng, does he? No, not very good. But I don't know when our first game is. Oh, we are actually on the 13th. So away to Sweden, probably the toughest game in our group, I would say. We actually got the hosts, haven't we, in our group? I didn't even pick up on that when the draw was made. A lot of you probably shouted at it and have probably shouted at me ever since. But yeah, we got the hosts in our group, so that'll be a tough one. They've actually have got a full team, or not quite a full team, but yes, they have actually. Shinji Joe obviously went to Feyenoord, I believe. I used to like him when he was at Feyenoord. Used to keep an eye on him. He never actually sort of did much, really. Kawaguchi, I think, went to Portsmouth in real life. It's not Kazuki Honda. We've done that. I think we made that mistake before. Was that Hattori Hanzo from Kill Bill? No, that's the wrong one. Did I not even see? I know I saw Hattori Hanzo. Okay, his surname's Hattori. Yeah, no, ignore that one. But we're just going to jump in. If there's anything else I needed to mention in the notes, I don't think so. We mentioned the crappy friendlies. I've started keeping a log of the points as I go for the end of season, the next video. But yeah, it's looking like a decent score, but it's going to be very much affected by what we do here today. Well, not just today, but all these games in this World Cup. There's points at hand for every point one in the group, but it's a good start. 10 minutes, one was it McMahon, I think. There's points for getting into the last 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. So there's a lot of points up for grabs, even for us in lowly Northern Ireland, as we do get pegged back to 11 minutes later. Was that Per Anderson, one of the Andersons. I think the Sweden team's full of them in this game. Oh my god, they're scoring on every minute ending in 1, it seems, apart from 11 and 1. So not quite. 2 out of 4. Oh, there we go. Just to mix it up. But we had a great start, but you know, these warm-up games would not, we said from the start this was always going to be the toughest game in the group. If we could snatch a draw, great. looking unlikely now because they seem to be scoring with every chance they get, and we're not. Nah, we're not. It's a bit like the Malta and the Qatar games warm-ups. We getting lots of chances. We just weren't putting them away, and the teams we were playing weren't good enough to capitalise. I mean, even Qatar's goal was an own goal, but McMahon grabs another one back. Like I said, if we could grab a draw in this game, okay. If we could grab a draw in this game, and then do what we can in the last two games. You know, Mexico, we fancy ourselves to win that game, and Japan, we certainly would fancy ourselves to win that game. But having got back to 3-3 now, we don't want to be letting this slip. Steven Gerrard's famous last words. But we don't want to let this game get away from us now. If we can push on and grab the fourth, but I'd happily take a 3-3. I'd happily take a draw from this game. Even when we were 1-0 up after 10 minutes, I was thinking, do you know what? A draw. That just puts us a little bit of a step closer. But obviously, within 20 minutes, that was away. But then we had our own little flurry that's got us back in the game. But with a minute to go, can we hold on? We do. A 3-3 draw. Fantastic. I'll absolutely take that every day of the week. Jimmy Gunnarsson in goal. Great name. They've got some good players in there. Not as good as maybe sort of just before this World Cup and perhaps a little bit after. But they're not even played Ben Anderson in goal. He's easily the best Swedish goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers on the game. So that's a good result. Mexico win 1-0, so they do have the charge in the league in the group at the moment. But hopefully we can peg that back down. Hopefully Japan can maybe keep Sweden. I don't know who we got next, actually. Let's see who our next game is. I think it is Mexico. So we need to bring them back down with a bump. Bernard Alou has gone from Monaco. So that affects us next season. Well, as you can guess, we're in charge of Monaco. But we'll cover that more in the next video. It's not about club football today, but that's some money that will help Monaco because they are in a little bit of dire straits at the moment, which is part of the reason why they form this part of the challenge now. But I'm waiting for some more games to appear. They're a bit slow on the uptake. Here we go. We've got some more games here. Croatia draw 2-2 with Uruguay. Okay. Not much to see there. Germany draw with Denmark. Thomas Raff, don't know who he is. He's at PSG apparently. And Hansen, he's that guy we looked at a few times. He's very good. I don't know who he's the region of because we've got. Is he Brian Laudrup? Maybe he might be Brian Laudrup. No, because he exists on the game. Okay, Alan Back Jansen, who's I was keeping an eye on because he's very good as well. I do like him. And then we've got Spain just edging USA. And this guy here, I tweeted him out today as I saw it earlier because I saw one of our players played USA in a game, and he looks absolutely unreal, and he's not a regen at all, but I'm guessing this one technique is what's going to hold him back from actually being any good, but he's literally 18 is his lowest in any other attribute. That is insane. He's going on the shortlist. I might have to bring him in if I can to Monaco if we can manage to get the 600k needed to sign him. Claudia Rayner obviously was very good in real life. I liked him. I think it's because he was on one of the old CMs on it. I think he was in like minor. It wasn't minor league. Was it minor league or was it just MLS or something? I can't remember how it was listed. But it's on the Italian version, the 96-97 game. I used to always sign him. I think he was a forward right. I don't think he ever did much for me, but But let's get on with the next games. Hopefully we can whiz through this group stage in sort of less than 10 minutes. We've got Colombia. Ruben Nelson got injured just before the World Cup, so he's out of the squad. He's not in this game. But they beat Belgium 1-0. Norway beating Argentina 3-0. Okay, Leon Hardson, Bjorkan, and I don't know who he is, but he's at United. Okay, interesting. But Crespo and Batistuta not able to score a goal for Argentina there. Unbelievable. Great forward line. I mean, he's not had a great season. Batistuta, is he, going into this tournament? Nor is Crespo, to be honest. He's gone back to Sao Paulo. In fact, he's left Europe. He's gone back to South America. So maybe not quite the same Argentina we're expecting to see in this tournament. Tony York, I'm assuming replacing Dwight York, possibly. I don't think because he's there still. He's a forward right centre, isn't he? Yeah, not a left centre. But he's still at Aston Villa. Every time I've signed him, he's done absolutely dog shit for me. He doesn't do anything, Dwight York. Not in these versions of the game. Oh, Ghana have beaten Brazil 2-0. Wow, upsets happening all over the place. Peter Ofori-Kwai, very good player. And so, 0102, he's good. I don't know how good he is in this game, but he got the goals against Barcelona in this one. And I don't think we've got any Brazilians in our team, so none to keep an eye out for. France beat Italy 2-0. I don't think Bouffier got called up for France. I don't think he's there yet. They got Zidane and Sibierski and players playing at peak European competitions. But then they also have got Valérien Ismaël. But then he's at PSG, who are perennial Champions League winners. So yeah. And then Zambia have beaten Australia because, well, why not? James Rice plays for Viking. He's a real player. Okay. Have they got any other real players? They've got a full squad of them. I'm guessing a lot of them are... he plays in Sweden. He's got a few good goal returns this season. I'm guessing a lot of them are... I was going to say a lot of them are minor club, but they're not, are they? He's at Atletico Madrid B. Hospitalet, which I think is in like Peru or somewhere like that. Chile, somewhere like that. Yeah, so they're doing okay. Such an interesting start. Hopefully he'll be replaced. He'll be fine for the next game. Only a few days. We've got a few days. Nathan White's under a bid now. We're not going to take that, obviously. Obviously, we'll see these sorts of things appearing through the World Cup as well. All the jobs we're being linked with and all the players we're getting bids for. Iceland, we've got Mariusson in here. He grabs 2 man of the match. They beat Egypt 5-1, who did get a goal through Hameg. It's a minor team. A lot of their team will probably be minor team. They probably got 1 or 2 in there. Is what's his name? Hadji in there? He's not, is he? Is he? Oh, he's Moroccan. He's not even Egyptian. That's why he's not there. Czech Republic 2-1 win against Saudi Arabia. Real player as well. I'm surprised a lot of these have got real players, but Czech Republic's with a good result there. They were in our group, weren't they? They come through. Did they top the group? They must have topped the group, didn't they? By a point, I think it was. And Holland just edging South Africa 1-0. Ronald de Boer goal. I mean, fantastic team there, top to bottom really. Until you get to the bench is a little bit. Apart from Burkamp, until you get to the bench, it's a little bit weak. But Quinton Fortune's there. Sean Bartlett would obviously go on to play for Charlton. I think he kept them up 1 year. He scored a lot of goals for them for a short period and then just fell away. But we've not got to our second game yet. I don't know who they are, but they're offering me a job in the middle of a World Cup. Yeah, I'm going to leave the World Cup in Japan to go and manage in the French second division. Makes sense. So Chile have beaten Portugal 2-0, and I think Nuno's in goal. He was on the bench in all the friendlies. So I don't know why have they brought him in for the Vita Baia suspended. Right, okay, makes sense. Oh, he got sent off, didn't he? Of course he did. Chile 2-0, 2 goals from Marcelo Salas. Still at Lazio, by looks of it. Yep, he was. And then Nigeria dishing out their own thumping. They got thumped in the first game, but Finidi George with a hat-trick and Kanu with a goal. He's at Arsenal, reflecting real life, about the same sort of time as well. Done all right there, but he's got a goal in this game. Peba is still at Monaco. How's he been doing? Just to keep an eye on a player I might need to be in charge of next year. Yeah, 4-0 against South Korea. And that means we should be next. I think our group is up next. Man wants to go. He wants to go to a bigger club. No bigger clubs want him. Some clubs want him, but not bigger. We're in Champions League now. I mean, hopefully that... Well, I mean, we're not going to be here, so it's not our problem to deal with. But we've got Mexico. Right, okay, we've got a problem. Griffin is suspended, so Murdoch comes in. Taggart's going to go on the bench. And then we've got a right-back issue as well. So we're going to bring in Johnny Wright from Crewe. Great name. How's he done? He's done okay this season, so he's coming into it with a bit of form. We just need to remember to obviously change that back for the next game. But we're in the white and green this time, and Mexico gives me a little bit of palpitations because World Cup 94 as a Republic of Ireland supporter. Mexico did a little bit of dirty on us. I think they beat us or draw 1-1. It's a long time ago. I was 12. I think it was the one. I was watching it around my friend's house. I remember he wanted to watch Alan Partridge. I was like, no, I want to watch the football. And I think we ended up having another TV rolled in from somewhere, and we had both on. So I was watching Alan Partridge. I can't remember if it was Alan Partridge's TV show or his World Cup special thing. And then the thing with all the foot like a traction engine, I think that was that World Cup. All that stuff. And then we had Mexico, the Isle of Mexico game on next to it. It was in the USA. So, and I think I was around his house. I can't remember what time of day it was. And I think we had a third TV with a Mega Drive on the go as well. It was good days. Good days. I mean, with the TVs now, I can't fit 3 in a room. I can barely fit 2 in here, to be honest. But good days. But if we get to half time, it's still 0-0. We were fancying ourselves to, as long as we don't lose this game, a draw probably still wouldn't be the worst. As I'm talking, they're getting a chance. I've got to stop talking about these things when we managed to hold on. But can we grab a goal from somewhere? But a draw would put us on 2 points, and it would give us Japan leaving us with 5. And it would come down to then Mexico versus Sweden in the last game. But so far, we've got the lead. Philip Mulrine, Reverend Mulrine, has given us the lead. Can we double that lead just to make it a bit more secure? And then obviously we can go into that Japan game. I mean, we still need to go and win that Japan game. Let's not forget. Let's not forget Azerbaijan. We need to go and win that game. We took that a little bit for granted. We didn't win it, and it kind of cost us, nearly cost us. Unfortunately, it didn't cost us because we won the playoffs, but we wouldn't have needed to be in that position. But we managed to get a goal from Fitzgerald, and he's absolutely banged them in for fun. He feels he's asking for us too high at Rangers. They're not really getting what out of him, what we're getting out of him, are they? But then he is our main man. So 2-0 against Mexico. Let's see how the other game gets on. Sweden win 4-0, probably as expected. Axeldal at Rangers, keeping Fitzgerald out the game, out the team a little bit there by the looks of it. But how does that leave the group? So Chile have qualified, as you'd expect. They want to top that group, so they're going to have to go and beat South Korea, I think, which should be... They're the whipping boys, that group, so that it should be fine. It depends whether they rest some players in that final game. And then, Sweden... I mean, okay, so yeah, we still... A draw against Japan will probably be enough because Sweden and Mexico, one of them's got to go, basically. It's going to come down to the last game, so yeah, whatever. Man of the match, yeah, okay. Roy Cowell's out for a few days. He's not on number one, so that's fine. Griffin's back, Kennedy's back. Mulrine suspended. But you know what? It's Japan. Without being disrespectful, I think... I mean, that was a little bit disrespectful, wasn't it? Let's be honest. But without being too disrespectful, I think we can... It's not Aaron Hughes, it's Danny Griffin. I think we can probably live with that a little bit. And we'll probably play Danny Shipp and then put Morrow on the bench, I think. Just sort of thinking ahead, really. We got a few days. Denmark have beaten Uruguay 3-1. Back Janssen, there we go. Back Janssen with the goals. Crow as well, and don't know who he is. And then Germany 3-0. Effenberg, Raff and Ricken against Croatia, and I think that will probably see them through. I've clicked continue. I can't look at the group. At Kashima, I don't know why that one says that. I don't know why that game says where it's at, where the other one doesn't. But Oli and Alonso grabbing a 2-1 win against Colombia. Lozano there for Toulouse, grabbing one back. And a 0-0 USA and Belgium. How does that leave the group? So a lot of the groups still open. Chile, I think, so far, the only team to actually qualify for sure. Have I gone past where I need to go past? Yeah, here we go. So that group, I mean, Spain are all but qualified, aren't they? I think if we press continue again, they probably will be qualified. There we go. There might even be one more. Oh, okay, that's a bad one. He's our third choice centre back. Bove Oisa. Okay, I mean, come on. What might happen is, unless Arsene Wenger gets sacked, which is unlikely because I've seen how their season's gone. It's not been the best season, but I've seen how it's gone. Unless that happens and we can apply for the job and get it, I'm going to have to add a new manager for Monaco. But at that point, I'm going to retire all the other managers, so I'm not getting these bombardments of job offers all the time. It's very frustrating. But Brazil now looking to bounce back. Oh, dude, boy, do they. 7-0. Juninho, Ronaldo with a hat-trick. He's obviously at Man United. Denilson, Mario Jardel. Did they maybe put a bit of a weaker team out in that first game? There's some players there that weren't playing. Maybe suspensions. I'm not too sure. Ghana and Iceland play out a 0-0 draw. Obviously, we've got... in fact, did he even play? Our guy didn't play, did he? Larissa Gerson still at Fulham. I don't think our guy played. Maybe he's suspended. I'm not too sure. He played a good game, that first one. And then France beat Australia 4-1. Florian Maurice with all 4 goals. Okay. I mean, he's a bit of a goal machine in this game. He hasn't shown it too much for his career. Not the last few seasons. Bounced back a little bit this season. But France looking like they could be certainly better than they did in real life in 2002. They lost to Senegal in the opening game. And I think they went out the group stage first time of asking. Holland, Czech Republic, Ronald de Boer again, Vichka and Seedorf grabbing the goals. Nothing for the Czechs. The Czechs going to have a little bit of a whimper here, I think. Didn't they lose to... Oh, they narrowly beat Saudi Arabia, didn't they? Where are they? There they are. Yeah, a little bit. Who they got to play last game? South Africa, presumably. So they probably will be okay. And then Holland will probably beat Saudi Arabia. So is that correct? Is what I just said then? I think it was. Ipswich Town offering. They're in Division 2. I mean, yeah, no. No, thank you. Not interested. And now, okay, big last day. So Group A and B both finishing on the same day. We've got to go and beat Japan now. So let's have a look. So Mulrine suspended. I think we've set up everything we can. We're as loaded as well as we can be loaded. Hopefully a good, emphatic, comfortable, nice win here just to ease us through the group stage. No injuries, no suspensions, no bookings, no red cards. None of that stuff. Just a nice, I don't know, 5-0. 5-0 by half time, 5-0 win. Maybe. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? Okay, well this wasn't part of the fort. There we go, 1-1. Parity restored a minute later, as long as it's not disallowed. McVeigh grabbing the goal, steps up I think for his first goal of the World Cup. I mean, a draw I think is enough to get us through, probably second. Depends what happens in the other game. I think either way it would be second. It depends on who wins as well, because we are tied on points with, who is it who's top? Sweden. But we've got a worse goal difference then. But obviously if they lose, their goal difference would drop a little bit below ours. I'm not too sure. It's a little bit in the balance still. But basically if we just go out and win this game, like everyone else in the group has gone against Japan, we should be fine. But they're making it a little bit trickier for us so far. It's not as comfortable as we like, but we get the lead, 32 minutes. I think it's McMahon. I think there was a rebound and it's been disallowed. It's always ours that are disallowed. And they're having a few chances, and I guarantee if they grab a goal now, it won't be disallowed. Come on, there we go. And I think it's McMahon again. Righting that wrong just before half-time. Best time to score a goal right before half-time. Make that team talk even worse, even harder, even more difficult. Morale drop, all that sort of stuff. Probably doesn't affect this game, let's be honest, the minute the goal goes in. Probably even on Foot Manager, it probably has very little bearing. And that's so much more in depth and all that sort of stuff. So, but they've made some changes. If we can just grab a third here, just to make it just a little bit more comfortable. I mean, if things go well and go right, I think we can actually top the group if the other team, Mexico, beat... who is it? Mexico beats Sweden and we win 3-1. I think we can top the group. Who got the goal? Fitzgerald with the goal. We're going to make some changes. I think we're not comfortable. You know, anything could just change in this last, 10 minutes to go. We're going to make the changes. Fitzgerald, there's a possibility he's going to be suspended, so we're going to take the other one off so we don't lose them both potentially. McGibbon, we're going to do the same with Danny Griffin. Has he just returned from suspension, or was he injury? I think he was injury. Wright is fine because he's the backup anyway, and we're going to give Gillespie a break. We're going to give John Morrow a run out and see what he can do. Please don't score immediately. That would have been disastrous, absolutely disastrous. But can we hold on? We do. Hold on. 3-1. Looks more routine than it actually was. Wasn't very comfortable. I don't know why I looked at it then, but Portugal have won 3-1 against Nigeria. Peba, Jose Dominguez, who was at Tottenham or goes to Tottenham, one of the two. Yao Pinto's at Real Madrid. He's done okay. That's a good result. Let's see how that leaves A and B. So Chile are through. Oh, don't tell me there's best second places. That should be Portugal through, right? Which means that should be us through. I mean, 7 points. You can't get much better as a second place than 7 points. So Sweden, I'm guessing, won then. Sweden beat Mexico 2-0. Okay, so they're the only team that could have kept us off top, I think. If Mexico had won, then obviously we'd have been a point ahead of them, I believe. Yeah, 6 points to 7. Yeah, we would have been. So it's, what is that, a goal? 2-goal swing maybe in the Sweden thing. So if we'd conceded less, but we do qualify. Fantastic. Anthony Wright will be suspended. Mulrine returns. I didn't see who else was possibly missing there. That flashed a bit fast. But let's flick through. Hopefully there'll be a lot more groups finishing it in one day in this bit now. There we go. We've got Denmark and Croatia. 0-0 draw. Not going to look at that too much. Germany 3-0 against Uruguay. Red card on 72 minutes. I've seen his name a few times. I think he scored one of the goals, but now he's the villain. Sama Rene Jungans at Parma. Don't know who he is. He's a regen of someone. And Lars Ricken. Ricken's having a bit of a good tournament, actually. To be fair, he's doing all right for Germany. And we've got Spain beating Belgium 1-0, which I think Spain are certain to through. USA and Colombia 0-0. So that's going to be interesting to see. So, yeah, Chile, Portugal through. Sweden, Northern Ireland through. In fact, let's just press continue because we'll see who goes through. In theory, Ruben Nelson's back from injury, so he could have actually been still called up. I would have still called him up. In all honesty, he'd been saying that that is actually the last group game he would be playing now probably. So, we've actually got another round of games, so it's not going to... Let's have a look, see Group B. So Germany and Denmark through, Croatia and Uruguay crash out. And then we've got Spain and Colombia through, USA and Belgium go out. So in this game, we've got Argentina struggling. I don't think they're going to get through at this rate. Crespo and Batistuta not doing the job again. Norway beat China. We've got our guy on the bench there. He's not going to get a game. And then we've got Brazil beating Iceland 1-0. I'm guessing our player was probably suspended and will be back in. He's not back in. Why is he not playing? Mariuson. Is he playing? Am I just missing? I'm just missing him completely. 1-0 goal from Rivaldo. Yeah, you know, World Cup 2002. Pretty much Rivaldo or Ronaldo. It's going to be a goal. And then Egypt beating Ghana 1-0. What does that do to E and F? Norway, Trinidad look to be through. Argentina are out. Wow. Trinidad eke through on 2-goal difference. Wow, fantastic. Brazil and Iceland and Ghana and Egypt go through it. So we've actually got some interest in the Iceland team going through there. It's be interesting to see who we draw in the next phase, actually. If we get Iceland, we'll have a game against one of our... No, they're second, so we can't get them. I think we're going to play a group topper, aren't we? And they all look pretty good so far. G and H... Holland and the Czechs are through, so we can't get the Czech Republic again, but that would mean Holland, which isn't very nice. And then Zambia fall at the last hurdle. Italy eke through. France and Italy through, probably as you expect. So we'll be looking at maybe France, Holland, Brazil, Norway. Norway's the nicest one so far. Spain, but they're still very good. Germany, Chile, maybe Chile, but they've been very good as well. Oh, it's tough. Who would we get? France qualify. Spain will play Trinidad. I mean, if we got a second place team, Trinidad would win the nice one. Netherlands will play Northern Ireland. Great. The match is scheduled for Wednesday, 3rd of July. I think this is where we end, to be honest. But what I'll do, no, do you know what? I won't whiz through the rest of the World Cup if we go out. If we go through, obviously I'll carry on. I'll do it in the roundup at the end of the season. There we go. So Italy are beating Chile. So Italy eke through their group, but beat a very good Chile in the second phase. And then Sweden crash out. Again, Sweden did very well in the group and crash out to a pretty poor Czech Republic, in all honesty. The goals for Italy come from Inzaghi and Vieri. He's still at Atletico Madrid, I think. And then Inzaghi probably still at Juventus, yeah. He's a free transfer, though. Someone to look at. Interesting. Okay. Who's next? When are we on the... I thought we said we were on the 6th. Oh, it could be, because, I mean, no, 6th still seems too far away. Iceland, Germany. Germany just have a bit too much. Thomas Raff, again, he's having quite a good World Cup. Not much else. I mean, Iceland didn't really muster much. And Spain cruise past Trinidad and Tobago, as you probably would expect. Maybe it was the third our game. Is there a bit of a day break in the game? Possibly. Stop off. I'm not going to take the Beauvais job in the middle of a World Cup, am I? Come on. Looking at the time of this recording... If it goes that we go out to Holland, which we probably are, let's be honest, it's going to be about a half-hour video, so that's not too bad. I can live with that. But I'd rather go through, obviously. But then I maybe split the video in two. But Rivaldo, Danielson, Elber getting the goals. Didn't play Ronaldo. Why didn't they play Ronaldo? Injured. Of course he is. He's coming to a World Cup final. I think he's going to miss the final, actually, if they get there. If they get there, is he going to miss it? Couple of weeks, more than likely. Paulo Sergio, I think he's at Bayern at the start, isn't he? Roma, okay. So, but they've got plenty of firepower in that team. Not as good as maybe you expect. Edmundo's very good. Jardel is generally very good. Leandro, new one on me. I mean, not as a player, I know who he is, but seeing him get that many games and goals and caps and stuff. Yeah, Tulio. Yeah, no, he's not even capped. So maybe a little bit of a weaker Brazil squad than you come to expect. But Robert Oppenheimer is the goal getter for Norway there. And Solskjaer as well. Usual suspect amongst the goals for Norway. But one more day, that will be us. Judgment Day. I don't know what our team looks like. I'm going to chuck a casual save on there just because it's been a while. I don't want to lose all this progress in a half-hour video and all that. And it's been a good World Cup. You know, getting to this round of 16... It's pretty good. So we've got... Who are we missing? So Murdoch's back, so he's going to slot in. So we're now missing a left back. Who have we got? It's Wright from Fulham, isn't it? Gary Wilson from a free transfer. That's not ideal, is it? But I think it... is he the best one we can put? We could put Kennedy... Well, put Wright... How did he do? He did okay in his last game. We'll do that, and then we'll put Kennedy at left back. I think that's our best shot at this, really. It's not ideal having one of your best players. Kennedy's one of our best players, no doubt about it. It's not ideal. I thought 3 minutes we were going to be under the cosh straight away. Well, we were under the cosh, but we luckily didn't concede. This is just going to be, can we dig in? How much attrition can we put in? Can we just dig in and not concede too soon or too early or too much, ideally? Just weather the storm and see what one of our players can do. I mean, they're missing chances. Can we take advantage when they do that, maybe? A free kick, something like that. Here we go. Oh, I was hoping we'd get the free kick. We'd do something. I mean, but every name that pops up on their ticker, Davids, De Boer, Overmars. I mean, superstars. Richard Vichka, there we go. Philip Koku, half an hour, scores their goal. And I'll be honest, I would like to have him in someone else. Patrick Kluivert, maybe, is he in the team? I haven't even seen his name yet. Not Philip Koku. But I think he is a forward on this game, not a midfield, not a DM. Obviously, in real life, he's more of a DM. They haven't got Kluivert. He's on the bench. I mean, he's had a bit of a crappy season, let's be honest. But he's still, by far... And looking at their team, there's a few... Maybe they got a few suspensions as well. There's a few players I either don't recognise or not so sure would be first choice. But, you know, they're still far better than most of our best players, let's be honest, probably, aren't they, if they're in the Holland team. And there we go, Edgar Davids. I mean, it's not the most conventional of goal scorers that are scoring against us. But it looks to be like our World Cup is going to be over at the second phase. Is it the round of 16? Not sure. Is that the next round? I think it is, and then there's the quarter semis. Yeah. So we're at the second phase by the looks of it. 70 minutes. I don't know what else we can do. I don't want to take Fitzgerald off because he is just so good. But Marn's playing well. We are going to take him off. We're going to bring on Robinson, and we're going to push McMahon up front. In fact, we're just going for it. Let's take Neil Lennon off. He hasn't done very much. Let's go 4 behind. Let's just do that. See if that can generate anything. It'll probably generate 2 goals for Holland, to be honest. But we left ourselves wide open now. But we've got to do something to try and chase a goal or chase the game. Danny Shipp. Why is he still in there? Did I leave him in there? Was the other guy back from suspension? Oh, don't do that. It was... Oh, man. I bet he was. But I don't... Ryan. I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. But that's a kick in the balls. Do you know, and if you're an old school on this channel, last time I was doing the content and I was doing the Euro 96 of England, you might remember I left Paul Merson in goal. I didn't even realise I had Paul Merson in goal for the semi-final, final. I can't remember. Paul Merson. What was I doing? Didn't even notice. Sometimes I have these little blips where I forget to change things. Germany play Spain in the quarterfinals. Okay, so it is on to the quarterfinals next. But we're going to wrap that there. We'll come and see who wins this World Cup. In fact, we'll have a look at the draw now. Pop in the comments down below who you think is going to win it. Obviously, I'm going to play and do the next episode way before you will ever the comment to apply. But, you know, don't let that stop you, please. Drop a comment in below. Who's going to win this World Cup? Italy, Czechs, Germany, Spain, Norway, Brazil, Holland or France. Some good ties in there. Some that hard to call either way. Pop your answers in the comments below. Let me know who you think is going to win it. Yeah, and if you enjoyed today's episode, long playthrough of the World Cup, please do drop a like down below. If you're new around here, drop a sub to the channel. I'd be surprised if you're going to be a new subscriber at this point of the save, but, you know, go back and watch all the other stuff. Catch up to this point now. It's all fantastic stuff, if I do say so myself. But yeah, until next time, where we will come back for that end of season review. We'll have a look at around the leagues. We'll have a look at around the World Cup. We'll have a look at the goal scorers, Champions League, all that usual stuff. We'll have a look at how we did points wise in the challenge. We'll have a look at how we did, what we've got to do going forward for season 5. I've kind of let it slip a little bit with Monaco just because stuff happened, but we'll go into the actual nitty gritty of what we need to do. So, yeah, until next time, I will see you later. Take care. Goodbye.